Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the voice of FX Adventure. And I want to say beautiful morning to each and every one of you that is hearing my voice. It's a beautiful day and I hope you guys had a wonderful night rest. For me, I did. I thank God. Okay. So today we'll be looking at the Forex market, minerals, oil, crypto, basically anything that is financial market. That's what we'll do here. And part of what we'll be doing is we'll kick off our morning by drawing out the chart, and I'll try to explain some speculations and what I think that I see that the market is doing right. And while we do that, I would also want to urge each and everyone that is joining live to make sure that we make it a bit lively. If you have any currency pair you would want us to look at, use the chat section, let us know, and we would consider that, and also we'll be looking at that. But largely, if you look at the screen already, you see I have some items in my watch list. Okay, I have some items already in my watch list, and I intend to go over them one after the other, though, one after the other. But largely, we'll be picking out the ones that are closely aligned with what we expect. And by what we expect is, of course, just like any other professional trader or any reasonable trader out there, you're meant to have some level of expectation and speculations of what you think market is going to do. And while we come up with those expectations, speculations, we also be paying attention and see how price align itself with what we are doing. So largely what I'm trying to say is, if you want to learn how to trade, you want to have the experience, you want to even trade in real time with us, depending if we find any setup, I'll urge you to sit back, relax, get some popcorn, get a drink. If you're doing your exercise, make sure you are with your headphone while you hear what we are saying here. And also I hope you enjoy the lo-fi movie music playing in the background. But before I jump on it, I would urge you guys to give me a minute. Let me get my glass cup. I need to get a drink, not like alcohol, but just basically water, cause my tongue and mouth is a bit dry, so I need to hydrate. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy the music playing in the background. I'll be back. Just a minute. I know you have a lot of things you want to do, but just give me 1 minute and I'll be back. Sit back and relax as we head on to today's trading adventure. Okay. All right, I'm back. I am back. I hope you guys didn't miss me. Let me pour myself a water. Yeah, we do this very early, right? I know, that's what I do. We trade for a living. All right, let's head on to the chart because we don't have time. All right, because we need to make sure we have everything covered before the market starts going crazy. All right, so We'll kick off by, of course, we'll be starting from the DXY. We'll be starting off with DXY. For the guys that have been joining my channel for Lord knows how long now, they know how important DXY is. And we'll be kicking off on DXY, and we'll be driving that down to whatever items we have there in the watch list. All right, so here on DXY, just looking at it, I can see DXY, we had a very rangy Friday just by looking at it. All right, basically all the items you see here is on Friday. All right, and that's a rangy market for me. And coming into today, I can see that the Monday is kind of manipulating against the Friday price action. But with that said, Mondays are not the best time to trade. I have my own reasons, right? But that doesn't mean if I see any setup today that I'm not going to jump on it. But if I have my way, maybe I would have wanted not to. All right. So, but let's draw out the important level and we'll go to the next thing. All right. So I'll zoom out to have an holistic understanding of what's going on here. A lot of liquidity is already taken out before today, I think all the way to this point here. So we might experience some level of pullback down or correction as the case may be, but largely I'm not going to spend much time deliberating or talking on that. So I'll just pull up my tool and get down to it. All right, feel free to ask me any question using the chat section, because when I start doing the drawings, I might not be talking all the time. All right, so I will need to focus and make sure I have all the levels and what I'm doing right. So I urge you to feel free to ask questions if you have any. All right, ask questions if you have any. If you notice, you'll see that I am actually drawing out the trend lines, and from the way that I'm drawing the trend line, you would understand that I already have a bias in my head of where I think market is going to, right? Okay, so for me, I think today what I would want to see on DXY will be a selling DXY. All right, a selling DXY, and that's why you see that the trend line that I have here out is actually a trend line that is pointing out the bullish trend line. So what I'll be paying attention to will be at what point that trend line gets violated, okay? And not only at what point the trend line gets violated, another thing that I would also pay attention to is the manner by which that trend line gets broken. So all of that is what we are going to put together in order to come up with um, the understanding of what we think price is actually doing. All right. Remember, if you've not subscribed and you're joining us live, please make sure you subscribe, because of course we want to build this community. Let's head back to the chat. All right. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of why I have my trend line pointing the direction you see it pointing. So it's not like I just come here and I'll start drawing trend lines. No, trend lines work best when you have a direction. Okay, I think I need to record this part. Mind me, guys, pardon me, I might be recording some part of this live streaming section, because basically that is what I will be making more videos on, because I promised myself this year is the year we are be dishing out daily contents every day. At least I promised myself I should be making at least one video apart from my live streaming sections. So I'm going to record this part of the live streaming section because I'm about to explain some important aspect of my analysis, and I feel like it's something I want to share with you guys, to whom it may concern. I believe not everybody will be interested to know. Not everybody wants to know, So let me record this part. So, okay, right there on the screen, guys, you see we have DXY, all right? And I have my trend line already out. If you stick back and relax, I believe you will have a more extensive understanding of how I come up with this trend line, what is the angle that I'm using, at what point am I placing it, and how I come about it. All right. So, but before I go ahead, I would want to say something about drawing trend line. If you are drawing your trend line in any financial market, be it crypto, be it indices, be it Forex, trend line works when you as a trader have an idea of where the market is going to. If you don't have an idea of where the market is going to, drawing a trend line would confuse you the more and will even make you to lose more money, which will trickle down to frustration. All right. So if you look at the trend line that you see here on your chart, which is on the DXY, I'm going to remove this. All right. If you look at the trend line here, you will see that this trend line is pointing from the bottom to the top, which means this trend line basically is the trend line the bulls are using to hold and push the price further up. So what we want to look out for on our own side, based on the direction that we've already come up with, all right? In this situation, we expect, this is an expectation, so we are not imposing it on the market. We expect DXY to sell, and that's why we are actually using a bullish trend line to gauge at what point the trend is going to change from the bullish trend to a bearish trend. I don't know if that makes sense. So, like I said, the number one thing is you need to have a direction of where you think the market is going to, and once you have that direction, you draw the trend line according to the current trend that the market is trading. Then you now have to expect price to violate that trend. And once price violates that trend, what you now pay attention to is what way or what pattern was that violation occurred. So depending on how that the setup by which price uses in violating that trend line will determine how confident you will have in jumping on that particular market. I just want to take out time to explain this. This video that you might be watching after now will most likely be a cutout from the live streaming, because this video, I'm currently in the live streaming section. I'm recording this part of it to keep it aside for later upload, because I'll be making a video on trend line. So I just thought about making the video one after one, how do you mean it, using one stone to kill two birds, basically. All right, so yeah, let's head back to our analysis again. I just wanted to take out time to explain this, capture it in the recording, let's head back to the live streaming. Okay, so yeah, that's basically that. I think we are done with DXY. It's as simple as that. No need to overanalyze it, no need to overcomplicate things, and that's it. All right, so for us, this is what we have for DXY. We'll be moving straight to the next place. All right, the next thing I have here in my watch list is Aussie dollar USD. Basically, very simple. Just the same thing we did on DXY is what we are going to do here. We have an idea of where we want to go to, then we'll draw our trend line, and that's it. All right. Already on DXY, we expect DXY to be a selling market, and for you guys that are already acquainted with this channel, or this is not your first time in the live streaming section, you know that when you have a buying DXY, that means we would expect a selling major forex pairs, and you guys already know what the major forex pairs are: Euro USD, British Pound USD, Aussie dollar USD, New Zealand dollar USD. I think that's largely the most popular ones. I don't know about others, but those are the ones that I know. And what I mean is, if DXY is going up, expect them to go down. If DXY is going down, I mean to say, expect them to go up. So in a situation whereby our expectation on DXY is a sell, it only makes sense that we should be expecting a buy on Aussie dollar USD. It's as simple as that. No need to complicate it. And what we are going to do now, we are going to draw a counter trend line to that effect and wait for how price is going to violate it. Then we will jump on it. So just like what we did for DXY, I will pull out my trend line again. I'll draw it in order to gauge the trend line that is pulling the price down, and watch how price is going to violate that trend line. It's as simple as that, my people. It's as simple as that. All right. For the guys that made it, our first live streaming of the year was a win. For the guys that made it in the first live streaming section, congratulations. And also congratulations to the FX Adventure community for us seeing a new year. And in addition to that, our first trade of the year was a very interesting win. I have a video on that. If you care to know, or if you're curious enough to see how that played out, we have a video on that on the channel. You can go look for it. You will see a UX oil live trade to TP. If you check the channel, you will see it there. you can pretty much just go through it and have a real time experience of what went down there. So it's something I would recommend you do. Part of what that would help you to grasp is to get the real life experience of the trading floor. You feel me? The real life experience of the trading floor. It was a very interesting one and a very scary one at the same time, because I think that day price almost came close to our stop loss, very very close to our stop loss. But yeah, our stop loss was not violated, and price pretty much ended up going straight to our TP. I know a couple of guys that joined live at the time we had our live streaming section. Some of them participated in the trade, and everybody was happy because it was a win, right? So yeah. So if you're curious enough and you want to find out what happened, you can just quickly go to the channel and you'll see the video, UX oil video, and pretty much watch it. And part of what you're going to experience there is also you will see how we manage trade. So it's not all about opening up your order and just going out there. When you open your order, you have to manage it, you have to observe the price, see what price is doing in real time, and making adjustments in real time. So those experience is not something you can just get by me coming here to tell you what to do, or coming here to give you information thinking that I'm helping you, right? It's something that you need to go watch, and when you watch it you would have a real life experience of both the emotions that we were feeling right on the hot seat, and both the excitement, both the basically the emotions in the live streaming section. It's an interesting one, so I would recommend you to go there. Just watch the video, make sure you share with your friends, like and subscribe as the case may be. All right, so let's head back to the chat. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not our first live streaming section for the year. We actually had a live streaming section on Friday, which was very very interesting, very very fun, and I really enjoyed it. And it kind of gave me a very good boost, because it means that the year is going to be a fantastic one. If my first trade of the year is a success, it's a good sign. It would have been a bad thing if it was a loss. You feel me? Okay. So yeah, just wanted to say that while I'm still drawing out the chart, basically. All right. Thank you. My network is a bit crappy right now because I don't know why it's not loading up the charts very quick as I expected. It's kind of a bit slow. It's kind of a bit slow. But I think at least it's keeping us going, right? Yeah. I don't know if anybody in the building has a New Year resolution. Feel free to add. Do you think New Year resolution works? All these things that people do will be like, oh, it's the new year, new me. There's nothing like new year, new you, but people, bro. If the new year, if you don't put in the work to develop, if you don't put in the work to improve, there is nothing like new you. It's still the old you. It's still the crappy old you. So you need to put in the work, people. I know I'm crappy. I'm not going to come here to tell you guys that I'm awesome. I'm not awesome. I don't think I'm awesome. I think I'm a crappy fellow. You know? One thing is for you to tell yourself the truth, you know? But I make the effort to, develop. Last year for me was a very interesting one. And I think last year is the year I had my breakthrough. You know, when I mean I have my breakthrough, I have my breakthrough in the sense that I understand my strategy more. I have enough experience, and I am more grounded. I'm more grounded in in my strategy. Okay, so that's why I say last year was very good for me, and I think this year is the year I would will buy this GLE. That GLE we are talking about is this year we'll buy it. All right, that's that about British pound. This is the UX oil trade. This was the trade on Friday, guys. I still have the drawing out. This was the trade on Friday. For the guys that joined the live streaming section on Friday, you bear me witness. This is it. This was where we had our stop loss. You see how price came very close to our stop loss there. It was a very scary one. Came very close to it, almost stopped us out. But luckily for us, our stop loss was not swiped. And you can see how the market went down. Do you see the trend line I used on Friday? This is the trend line that was used on Friday. Just the similar thing that we are doing here. We'll take our time, we'll draw this trend line, everything. This was the trend line we used. This is at the point they broke the trend line, came up, broke it, and you see how market came down. And this was our trade on Friday, which was a success and was a beautiful one. And we expect same energy, same vibe, same everything in today's price action. All right, that's exactly what we expect in today's price action. But that's by the way. So on this part of things, UX oil for me, I think I'll gravitate towards the sell. So the trend line I'm going to draw out here will still be a bearish aligning trend line. All right. And part of what I want to actualize this year also is the social trading account. I've been talking about it for a very long time now, and this is the year I envision that happening. So I would like you guys to watch out for FX Adventures social trading account. Most likely I'll be registering one with XNS. For the guys that don't understand how social trading account works, basically it's just it's an account where people can follow you, and the people that follow you, any trade that you execute on that pretty much will be reflecting on their dashboard. So you guys don't have to join me in the live streaming section anymore, or you don't have to copy my trading in the live streaming section where you'll be asking me, where is the stop loss, where is the TP, are we breaking even now? No. What the social trading account does for you is you follow expert traders, right? And when those expert traders are trading on their own, whatever profit or loss that they make will reflect on your dashboard. All right, so it's more of an advantage to the people that are copying the experts. Okay, so what that does for you guys that would most likely want to copy my trade is it helps you to do your other work without micromanaging the trade. All right, so basically you can just be living your life and your money will be accumulating if the expert is making profit. But if the expert is making loss, of course your money will be experiencing losses. All right, so yeah, that's that for me. But this is the year I'm looking to open my social trading account. I'm also looking to have a platform for you guys. I'm looking to have maybe a website or a web app, as the case it may be. It's going to be a simple one. Basically, it's going to be a replica of, for the guys that trade soccer soccer tips. You know, if you why did I use the word trade soccer tips? You don't trade soccer tips, you bet. For the guys that bet on football matches, right? There are websites where you can get football predictions, right? So I'm looking to have a website where we can have um, trading tips. All right, trading tips in the sense maybe you can have what we expect for the day, what we expect is going to happen on Euro USD. More of like a community where people can drop comments, drop their ideas, and also see trading tips for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day. Those are part of what we do here in FX Adventure. All right. For the guys that are also wondering what's going on BTC, I have a video on that. I don't know why a lot of people have not really watched that video, but that video is extremely important because that video we had an extensive understanding of what's going on BTC, what level we think BTC is the best level to buy, what time we think is the best time to buy, you know, using the previous historical data that we have. Basically, it's a video that is packed with a futuristic projection and speculation of what we expect is going to happen on BTC. So that's why I'm saying, if you want to also have an idea of that, make sure you go to the channel and watch that video because it's right there waiting for you guys to consume. All right. Okay. So now we're on S&P 500. Let's continue our drawing because we are dedicating this time to drawing. After the drawing, we can now go and start observing how market is playing around with those drawings. All right. And I'm open for feedback also because I want to take this opportunity to ask for feedbacks. If you guys think that there are things we are not doing properly or there are things we can innovate on to better our experience here in the live streaming section and also to better our experience overall, please, you guys should give me feedbacks. I expect feedbacks. Use the chat section, use the comment section. I need criticisms. Good critics. That's what I want. Please, guys, don't hold it back. Help me to help the channel. Help me to help us because we are in this journey together. All right? Thank you as you do so. Back to the chart. Just looking at S&P 500, guys, just looking at S&P 500, it looks very juicy. It looks very, very juicy. And I have my point. I have my reason. It looks very, very juicy, or maybe not, but yeah, slightly juicy. Just because of this week here, kind of reduced the juiciness in it, but overall, still looks juicy. I like this accumulation here. This is a very proper accumulation here, proper accumulation here. And I can see that we've already experienced a manipulation around it, which caused this market to come down. So what I would want to see is a more aggressive violation at the top, then a quiet reversal that will gravitate the market back down. So this is what I would want to see on S&P 500. Some call it UX 500, as the case may be. Something of this nature will be very nice to see. All right, so once I see this, I'll be jumping on it like my life depends on it. I think I want to record this. All right, so on today's price action, we are currently in the live streaming section. I just wanted to record this to point this out for other guys that will be watching this video after now. I want to point out an important thing that's going on here on S&P 500. So here on S&P 500, we can see a beautiful accumulation of the Q1 of the day here, which is very beautiful. All right, the previous day is already pointing on a sell, which kind of increase our chances or probability of going for that sell. Then another thing I would want us to see is an aggressive violation of this trend line, which price is already doing that right now. You can see price, let me delete this. You can see price is already going up exactly at that place I told you guys. Remember, when you have a speculation and price is following that your speculation, it only means it's aligning itself with your own expectations, right? Which means you're on the right track. So like I said, price needs to come up there. Then we need to see a gradual reversal in order to take out this trend line for us to take it all the way back down there. This is scenario number one. Scenario number two will be this. All right, this is scenario number two. I'm going to clone this guy. I like the setup here on S&P 500. I like it. It's the kind of thing that I would want to trade. It's the kind of setup that I would want to trade. We can also dubiously speculate a trend line around this level there, considering this was the low that price used in pushing up. But I'm going to put it here because of this is the guy I think price is going to use this time around, not this guy here. I think price is going to use this guy here, this low here. All right, so what I want now is an aggressive buy above. All right, and I think that's what price is doing, which is good. Aggressive buy above. Then maybe one price breaks this first trend line here, maybe we might jump on it, maybe not, but yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll keep on following this market. Something around this might be something that I might look out for. Then we might experience some level of resistance here, but after that break, that means that's a clear road to a bearish market. This is what I envision to see on S&P 500, guys. This is what I envision on S&P 500, just because of the fact that this guy aligned itself. This is the closest to what I expect. I'm going to move it in the watch list to the top so that it will be at the top. I like adjusting the guys that are more aligned to what I expect. I move them at the top of my watch list so that I can easily look at them. And the ones that are not so much aligned to what I expect, I keep them in the bottom part of the watch list. Okay. So let's touch base on BTC. What do we expect here on BTC? BTC is on a world of its own. The Q1 of the day is obviously a distribution. So we expect a ranging Q2. So I don't recommend anybody trading BTC in the Q2. Please don't trade BTC on Q2. The Q2 most likely will be a ranging market to whom it may concern. For today, only today, we are using the 5-minute time frame to observe all this price. All right, so I'm not telling you something that is going to last for more than today. It's not even going to last more than 1 o'clock today. Okay? And when I mean 1 o'clock, I mean West African time. All right? So, basically, that's that about that. So, BTC, there's no need to, I won't even draw a trend line here because I'm not interested. Or maybe I will draw a trend line for the afternoon setup, just in case if he ends up showing us something interesting in the afternoon. But I don't think there is much to write home about here, to be honest. So I'll just leave it alone. No need to waste time there. All right. So here on US Tech, for me, if you have an understanding of what's going on S&P 500, there is no need again to start reanalyzing US Tech, bonds, any US indices, because basically, based on my own humble experience, all of them correlate positively to S&P 500. So what S&P 500 is doing is what all of them would most likely do. So just by having an understanding of what's going on S&P 500, without looking at US Tech, without looking at UX30, without you looking at German index, I already know what they'll be doing. I don't need to look at them. This is not me being proud. This is simple currency correlation. I pity those that are not in this live streaming because a lot of knowledge is being shared here and people just don't think I have it. Well, maybe it's because I've not bought the GLE. When I'll buy the GLE and I'll start flaunting it on the social media, that's when people will start listening to me. But it's fine. I don't have the GLE. I don't even have the money yet, so it's fine. I believe we'll get there. And when we get there, I will not be giving the information for free again. I'll start asking people for money because now people want to get into it because they are seeing results. But if you guys are following me now that I don't have it, this now I would want to share it for free, because it means if you are following me now means you are genuinely interested regardless of what you see here. Okay. So like I said, this US Tech, I don't need to reanalyze this US Tech. This index, I don't need to look at it again. If you doubt it, let's compare it with UX 500, which is S&P 500. All right, let's compare it. So this one here is US Tech. What do you see here? Do you see that this price action is similar to this? There is no difference. Here is a rangy market. Look at how rangy this is. If you come to US Tech, you'll see it's the same thing. Here is US Tech. Come on, my network needs to be faster than this. What do you see here? Same thing. Rangy. Same thing. Rangy. So I don't need to analyze this. So for me, S&P 500 is good. Once I have an understanding of S&P 500, I don't need to look at US Tech. I don't need to look at UX30. All those UX indices, I don't need to look at them again because, of course, S&P 500 is the driver or the driving seat based on my own experience. I might be wrong. Don't take it from me. I'm not telling you something that is standard. I'm telling you what I've observed in my little experience, in my little time on the chart. That's how they operate. All right. Thank you very much. So here on gold, here we are looking at gold. Gold, of course, is looking like a buy. Very interesting. Oh my God. Very, look at this, guys. This was Wednesday. This was on 31st December. We had a very rangy market. Market manipulated down. You see the manipulation down there. Market comes into that range, finds support here. So for me, I think this is what gold is doing. Gold is buying aggressively. Gold will be buying aggressively. So for me, my expectation on gold is a buy for today. This is what I expect on gold. See, gold came down here. We had a rangy market there, which the market manipulated down, came into that range, find support just immediately at the low of that range there, and you see how price is pushing up. And if you know how this works, after an accumulation, what do you expect? A manipulation. After the manipulation, what do you expect? A distribution. And I think gold is now in the distribution phase, and I think throughout today gold will keep on trying to buy. All right, so I'm just going to draw out the trend line for gold. Once I draw out the trend line, we'll move to the next thing we have in our watch list. And once we are done with that, I think we'll be spending more time looking at S&P 500, because like I told you guys, S&P 500 is the guy that looks closest to what I expect. It's the guy that is looking very attractive to what I expect, and that's why I'll be going for it. All right. For me, I don't even know where I'm going to place the trend line, because gold is actually kind of pushing up, and placing this trend line might be a bit difficult. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it somewhere here, and I will reuse it once there is a more interesting price development here. But for me, I would say let me keep it here. Maybe I'll just keep it there just for now, but it's nothing exciting going on yet. We would want to see gold to build up liquidity, either by making some tiny movements like this. All right, maybe something like this, then eventually breaking it, then going up. So this is what I would want to see gold do, but we want them to build up a liquidity first. All right, I don't like the way it's just pushing up like that. We want them to build something up, build some liquidity, then push out of it. All right, that's what we envision on gold, but for now we'll leave it alone because nothing exciting is going on there currently. Here is USD CHF. Ideally, I don't like trading this currency pair because sometimes it can be everywhere, and the main reason why I don't trade them is because of the fact that the slippage sometimes on XNS can be huge, and when the slippage is huge, it's difficult to make money in a market with big slippage, right? So I'll be leaving this guy. It's not my go-to market. Here is US 30. I already told you guys already. If you understand what's going on S&P 500, you pretty much know what is going on in any other US index rather that you know. Majorly US Tech, US 30, and S&P 500. Those guys kind of move hand in hand. They move hand in hand. All right. So and I think US 30 and US Tech, they look up to S&P 500. So they pretty much are the younger brother of S&P, and they are just there looking at S&P. And once S&P does anything, they will follow suit. So that's how I understand it. All right. So I don't need to start reanalyzing this guy anymore or any further. All right. Here we have German index, which is DE30. Same thing, same story. You see how it's still a rangy market. It's manipulating up. Just as simple as if you understand S&P 500, there is no need for you to spend time on anything in index again. And anyway, the UX ones. Anyway, I'm not saying all index. All right, so I'm not looking at that guy. Let's touch base on Euro British Pound. Euro British Pound, on the other hand, is looking like a bearish market, but we don't like where the market is currently trading. The market is trading at the previous day low. This is not where we would want to be shorting the market from. We would want to be shorting the market from of course, the bearish territory. For the guys that know about the PD array, we still use PD array in what we do here. All right, but I'm not going to go into PD array. We are not here to talk about PD array or smart money concept basically, but yeah. USD JPY, I would largely want to go for a sell. Considering the price action I'm seeing here, but the internal structure here is not aligned to the direction I want to go. So I'm going to leave this guy out for now, but I'm going to draw the trend line because in the future we might need it. Maybe in the afternoon we might need it for the afternoon section. But for the morning section, I don't recommend you trading USD JPY, at least for a sell. If you want to buy it, it looks more of a buy than a sell. But based on the strategy that I'm applying, my strategy would want me to sell it. So I am grounding myself in my strategy and I'm following my strategy, and that's why I would want to sell it. But in a situation whereby the internal structure is not aligning itself to that direction, just leave it alone. It's as simple as that. All right. So that's why we will not be trading S&P 5, not S&P. We will not be trading USD JPY this morning, but in the afternoon section, we will be looking at possibility of seeing a good setup there for us to jump on. All right. Remember, guys, if you have any currency pair you want us to look at, please feel free to drop them in the chat section and we'll take our time to look at it. And I'm also looking out for you guys' feedback. I need criticisms, I need feedback. Is it the way the video is being presented? Do you think my presentation is okay? Do you think the video quality is okay? Do you think we need to work on the audio? Do you think we need to polish our captions? Basically, I need feedback, guys. I need feedback because this year we are going hard, extremely hard on it. We are going seriously hard on this one. So all feedbacks is greatly or will be greatly appreciated. All right. All right. So just by drawing out this trend line, I can categorically tell you that USD JPY kinda is already violating the trend line, basically. But just the way the internal structure is, that's why I'm leaving it. So this is a typical example of you understanding that everything that you're looking out for, or all expectation that you're looking out for in the market, needs to be met. All expectation needs to be met. So it's not like when you have a trend line, maybe the market violates your trend line, but the internal structure is not aligning itself properly. You taking that trade is not aligned with your strategy, and there's high chances that that trade will not go your direction. So you get the point now. If you don't get the point, I can't help you. If you don't get the point, I can help you, Manizu. Okay, so here is Oxy dollar CHF. I think most of the items here, I wouldn't want to trade them anymore because now I'm going into the shitty price, shitty currency pairs here. Let me see if I can look at one more. This guy here, not interested. Oxy dollar 200, not interested. Not interested. I just want to go through these ones. I just want to analyze because I think I'm spending much time here looking at, and my attention span is already dwindling. This guy, would I want to trade this guy? No, I don't want to trade this guy. No, I'm not trading that guy. Okay, this guy kind of rangy. Not trading you. I think I like this HK50 Hong Kong index, but not my thing. I'm not interested. I think that's it. Let's go back to the items that we picked out that we think is best for us. Okay, and the items we have here, The one that is closest to what we expect is what? S&P 500. So we'll be spending our time on S&P 500. The reason why I like to have a lot of items in my watch list is because I have a lot, and one, I analyze them just like we did from top to bottom. We analyze them, we observe them, we now pick out the ones that are closest to what we expect. And the ones that are closest to what we expect, and I already told you guys, is one, S&P 500, which is this guy you're looking at here. And you see our expectation so far is being played out beautifully. All right. Remember, I told you guys we want them to keep on trading up, and I think they've already traded up in a very substantial amount. This was the level I wanted them to take out, which you can see they've already taken that level out, that red line. All right. Now they have taken that red line away. What I want to see is maybe them trading a bit further up, or they might start reversing now. Either ways, I'm okay with that. But the only time I would be interested to see what market is going to do is at the point when price will start violating this trend line I have here. So at the time price will start violating those trend line, that's when I'll start to look for a sell opportunity. So S&P 500, I'll bring you to the top of my watch list. DXY, I don't directly trade DXY. I use DXY to have an idea of what's happening in the major pairs. All right. I'm looking at DXY. DXY, it's in a place where I can't make any decision on it. And just because of that fact, I will not be making any decision on Aussie dollar USD. I will not be making any decision on Euro USD. And also, I will not be making any decision on British Pound USD. Just because of the fact that DXY is not yet showing us a clear path of what we think it wants to do. That's why we will not be trading it, at least for this morning. We can trade it in the afternoon section, but looking at the internal structure this morning, we are not interested. On US oil, if you look at now, what I'm doing now, I'm basically just summarizing all the drawings we have and picking out the ones that are closest to what I would want, and the ones that I find interesting and closer to what I want. Those are the ones that I'll be moving them to the top so that I can easily go there and see them. I like US oil. US oil is one of the consistent pair that I've been trading that has not given me much headache. US oil hardly stops me out. All right. US oil hardly gives me losses. I know the currency pairs that are very good to me. US oil is one of them. Gold is one of them. The only issue with me and gold is for you to trade gold, you need huge capital. You need huge capital. That's the only issue I have with gold. You need huge capital to trade gold. But do I think gold is a good thing? Of course it is. I genuinely think gold is a fantastic setup or a fantastic currency to go with. All right. So with that said, for US oil, I will move it up. I'll keep it just below S&P 500. All right. BTC, we said we are not going to trade the BTC this morning. I think BTC is going to use this morning section, at least the Q2 of the day. If you guys already know, when I say Q1, Q2, you already know that I use time-based theory to trade. I use time-based theory to trade. I use time, I use trend line, I use daily trend, I use PD array. I use a couple of things, right? But largely, I use time-based theory, which is the quarter cycle theory, right? So when I say Q1, I mean the Q1 of the day. If I say Q2, I mean Q2 of the day. So the Q2 of today is going to be a ranging market for BTC. Any bad month, if you put money, we'll go observe them in the afternoon section. If it's not a ranging market, I will give you money. If it's a ranging market, I'll transfer you my AZA, you give me money. Any bad mouth, use the chat section, challenge me, and we'll have that conversation. This is not me being proud. I'm just telling you guys the theoretical approach to how market does these things. When a market extends, hardly will you, the probability of that market extending again in the next quarter is largely low. Especially when you experience a large expansion, the next quarter usually comes with a ranging market. So I think BTC might want to range in the Q2 of today, which makes it even better because now once we have a Q2 ranging market and we know the direction that BTC wants to go, we will now be leveraging a manipulation against the Q2 of the day for us to jump on that direction. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All right. I know it might be confusing for the guys that don't understand the time theory and maybe some of the things I say here. That's why I say make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'll be making videos back to back videos, back to back. See this year, any day where I know post video, somebody should come and drag me. Somebody should drag me. I need people to keep me accountable. I need people to drag me. And that's why I'm asking for this feedback if you guys have any. So that's the promise I'm promising myself, not even you guys, because I think if I promise myself, I'll be more I'll be more serious with it. All right? Okay. So I think I want to record this because this is an important part of this video. I've been recording for a very long time. Shit. I'll stop recording and I'll record again. Okay, right now what we are doing is we are basically arranging our watch list according to the items that are closest to the expectation of what we want. We've already touched base on S&P 500 and we say that S&P 500, we expect S&P 500 to be a sell market, and from the internal structure and everything we are seeing on S&P 500, it is closest to what we want from price, and that is why we have S&P 500 at the top of the watch list there. The next item we have is US oil. US oil is a very good, interesting market that has been very, very favorable to me. US oil doesn't like to stress me, and I appreciate US oil for that. All right, and just because of that fact, that's why it is second in the watch list, because I am very interested to see what it's going to do. I'm looking for a sell on US oil. I'm looking for a sell on S&P 500. All right, so those are the two items that are closest to what I want. I might also have a look at US Tech or US 30. So I'm going to be moving all the US indices to the top of the watch list just because of the fact that S&P 500 is the guy that is kind of, showing them the pathway to, the promised land. And that's why I will be, moving all of them there. So now I will now be leveraging on who is, looking more cleaner, who is looking more better, who is looking more like what we want. All right. I think I want to draw out some trend lines here also. This is a live one I'm going to do. I'm going to draw out some trend lines here. Let me draw some trend line here. It will help me to have an idea of what this price is actually doing. clone this for me. Put another one there. I think US 30, if I have a crossover on S&P 500, I might not trade S&P 500 directly. I think I'm more interested on this US 30, just because of where the price is currently trading. Based on the PD array, US 30 is more into the bearish territory. It is where I want the bearish, where I expect more bearish pressure, all right, compared to S&P 500. S&P 500 is also in the PD array. I think it's also in the bearish territory. And how do I come about this bearish territory? For the guys that have been in this channel, they know. For me, all you need to do is divide the previous day high and low into half, and when you divide it, that's the middle point there. So the top part is the bearish territory, the bottom part is the bullish territory, and you can see that price is currently trading in the bearish territory. And if you bring that idea here on US 30, which is this guy here, if we pull out this rectangular drawing here from the bottom to the top there, the middle point of the previous day is there, that red line, and you can see that price is deep inside the bearish territory, which makes it more juicy and more interesting. So that's why this guy is looking more attractive in my own opinion, and I'll pay close attention to see what price is going to do around here. Most likely our trade this morning will be on US 30, most likely, the way I'm saying it, most likely. But that will be heavily dependent on what price does. So don't take my word for it. This is not financial advice. Don't take my word for it. In as much as I have all these speculations and all these ideas and all these things that I'm saying, the final decision of what's going to happen is still price is going to determine that. Price is going to determine if we are going to hit the TP. Price is going to determine if our stop loss will be taken out. Price will determine if we are going to get a win or a loss. Analyzing the market only does not guarantee win. I hope you guys know that already. I'm saying this for any newbie that is joining this live streaming section, or any newbie that is coming across trading for the first time. Even the professional traders, the experts, the ICT, the inner circle trader, the Elliott wave theory, any other theory, any strategy you might want to trade with, it does not guarantee 100% win rate. I just want to put it out there so that you have an idea, so that whenever we enter this trade, it will help you to plan properly. It will help you to know the amount you want to risk. It will help you to ground your psyche, even if you have a loss. So if you have a loss, it will help you to be grounded. You know that losses is part of the game. Losing is, if you should be comfortable with losing. If you're in this channel and you're not comfortable with losing, look elsewhere. You should be comfortable with losing the same way you should be comfortable with winning. All right? But we try as much as possible to make our wins more, and we try as much as possible to mitigate our losses. And that is why we are here, and that is why we set up this live streaming section for us to go over them together. All right, so I think largely that's it. Every other item I have here, I'm not going to be trading them in this morning section. There is still an afternoon section, right? But I'm talking of this morning section, like right now. And right now, the only currency pair, and I've said it before, that is closest to what we want is S&P 500. And that is why I moved all the US indices that we have in the likes of US Tech, US 30 at the top of the watch list. Just at the bottom of that, we are keeping UX oil. Okay? So with this, we will now sit back, relax, and see how price is going to violate our trend line. And once we see that violation, we'll be jumping on it like our life depends on it. With that said, I hope you have your popcorn ready or your drink ready or whatever you use to relax ready. Sit back, relax, enjoy the music in the background while we focus on the chart and see how this trend line will be violated. And once that is violated, of course, I'll be jumping on it. And everything, you will see them live here on FX Adventure, because we'll be executing all of them in this live streaming section. And also for the guys that are not in the live streaming section, I will get the video ready for you. With that said, relax, enjoy as we put all of our focus on the US indices and US oil. Any other item here in this watch list, I will not be opening them again. And the reason why I'm not going to be opening them again is because I've gone through them, and based on the internal structure, based on the quarter alignment, based on the price action, based on everything I see there, I don't see any of them giving me a good setup in this morning section. The only guys that I'm seeing that is going to give me a good setup in this morning section is in the likes of UX 500, it's in the likes of UX 30, and in the likes of UX Tech. It's in the likes of UX Oil. So those are the 4 currency pairs that I'll be focusing on this morning section. With that said, if you are joining me live, you never like this video, you never subscribe, shame on you. That's all I can say. I think the price is about taking out the trend line. We can see that coming down gradually, slow and steady, slow and steady. There's no need to rush it. We'll take our time, relax until everything is clear. Until the road is clear, we'll jump on it. Until the road is clear, we will what? We'll jump on it. So here on S&P 500, you can see S&P 500 is already testing the trend line. On US Tech, okay, I don't have the trend line out for US Tech. Why? Okay, I think I will have the drawing out for US Tech. Let me get the drawing out for US Tech. I don't know why I don't. When I mean drawing, I mean the trend line. I mean to say. Let me draw out the trend line for US Tech. But it's still the same thing with the S&P 500s and other ones. But yeah, I need to do it quick because right now I need to focus largely on the guy that we want to execute on. Remember, we need to act like a lion. You know, when the lion is hunting, right, it doesn't chase all the bulls. It targets one and focus on that one. So we need to target one and focus on it. So let me make sure that I have everything out so I wouldn't have excuses. In the meantime, I want to see what's going on here. Okay, S&P 500 is yet to take out the trend line, so nothing exciting there. Let's see what's going on here on US Tech. US Tech is the one I'm about to drop the trend line. Let's see what's going on here on US 30. US 30 is also yet to break the trend line, as you guys can see. So we are still, everything is playing out nice. You see how everything is playing out nice? You know? US Tech has already experienced its crossover. I don't know why I should be jumping on US Tech. Should I? US Tech has already experienced a crossover, guys. Do you see that? Just aligning this trend line. Do you see the crossover here? So US Tech, there is a crossover on US Tech. The only issue I have with US Tech is the PD array I have here, but so the PD array, if I draw this, you see that US Tech is actually in the bullish territory, so that's why I'm not going to jump on it. But if you ask me, I think it's good to go because you can see here we had a crossover. The trend line here is already violated, all right? But remember I told you guys our focus is what S&P 500 is going to do. I don't care what these two is going to do. Not like I don't care. I do care what they are doing, but the confirmation, the oga of them all, the deciding factor is S&P 500, which is this guy here. So if S&P 500 is yet to take out its trend line, and maybe these two have already done that, that doesn't guarantee that these two will reach the TP. If S&P 500 decides to reverse now and start buying, regardless of any confirmation we've already experienced here, market will throw it in the trash and follow what S&P 500 is doing. So that's why patience is the key. So we're going to be patient enough to make sure that we see the crossover here. Maybe when we see the crossover here, we can now decide to take the best resulting factor here and then jump on it. All right. So with that said, I think my attention is more here on US 30 than any other item here. So US 30 over S&P 500, but S&P 500 is the confirmation factor that we are using, and you can see S&P 500 is currently trading below this trend line, which is what we expect. So let me get my trading environment ready. So I'm going to open my XNS. Okay, so here I'm going to close every goddamn pair I have here, and I'm going to open only US 500. Okay, here is US 500. I'll open US 30 and I'll open US Tech. So those are the three items I'm looking to trade this morning, and that's where I'm putting my focus in. So US 500 is what? it's rejecting. That trend line is rejecting it, but it's still there. So let me see what UX 30 is doing. US 30 is yet to experience its own crossover. So the only guy that has a good crossover but is US Tech. And another guy that is about to experience a crossover is S&P 500. There is a crossover, right? Yeah, there is a crossover. So for me, S&P, I'll be going for, let me go for a sell on US Tech. No, let me go for S&P 500. No, US Tech, S&P, I'm confused right now. I'm confused right now. Let's just go for S&P 500. That's the guy. So let's go for the main guy first. Our stop loss will be the top here. We'll keep it there. This is about $7. I'll confirm this. Let me drop a $7 there. So the first open entry I have here is the stop loss is giving us closely almost $8, right? Almost $8. And another good thing I can see here, you see there is a fair value gap here. I hope they will use this fair value gap to push the market down. If they violate it, that's not good. How I wish there was a crossover on US 30. How I wish there was a crossover on US 30. How I wish there was a crossover on US 30. Or maybe I can go for another entry here. How I wish there was a crossover on US 30. US 30 would have been way juicier, and I think I might still go for it. I'll go for a sell here. Stop loss will be all the way top there. So here is $4. Open this one here. So I have 7 and 4. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have $13 at risk right now. I have $13 at risk right now. I have $13 at risk right now. If I get a loss here, I'll pack my loads and I'll close for the day. There is no need to overanalyze. There is no need to spend more time. There is no need to do all that. All right. Keeping our fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Let me see how US Tech is. Okay, US Tech is also performing nice. This US Tech is very juicy. This US Tech is looking sharp. But the only issue I have with US Tech is the PDRA. The point where price is currently trading is not where I would want. The only two guys that are currently in the bearish territory, and that's the only reason I'm taking them, is US 30 and S&P 500. So let's see how this is going to play out. And this is my 2-to-1. Ideally, I like to add an alert around 1.68. I like to add an alert here. So once price starts to get to that level there, I'm thinking of opening another entry here. Should I? I think I should open another entry there. No, it's okay. There's no need to open too much entry. I think it's okay. Let's just ride. Let's just roll with this one. Let's roll with this one. I hope I'm recording this. Yeah, I'm recording it. Good. Because I need to capture the live trading part. All right, S&P 500, be good to us this morning. Be good to us. What did I just do right now? Soaked my phone in water. Damn. I hope you're keeping your fingers crossed. I hope you're keeping your fingers crossed. And I hope you're praying. I hope you guys did morning prayers. If you not do morning prayers and you are here and you expect us to win, I don't know what your plans are. So everybody should be praying before they come to this live streaming session, please. So we'll know which one is doing us. Alright, so now we are in. I think the market is trying to agree with us, but there is something that I just spotted right now that I want to point out, because I like to, like I told you guys, we don't just open the trade, we also manage it. And in managing it, we just try to see things that might be of an issue to us actualizing our goal. And one thing that I can see here is there is a gap here, a huge gap here, and it's an important one. And I will tell you why it's important. Why it's important is because this gap was created just at the start of today. And when I mean at the start of today, I mean like midnight, okay? Just at the opening of today. There is a big gap there. So two things are involved. The thing that is involved here is if price is going to continue with this slow movement I'm seeing here. I don't like this slow movement. Forget that we are actually trading outside that trend line. But I think this movement here is very slow. It's very slow. There is not much momentum there. I just want to give you guys an update, all right, on that. So, what are the possible outcomes right now? The possible outcome here is this. We might experience price coming into that gap, then bouncing and going against us. That's one risk that I can see in this market. That is one risk. Another risk is we might not even get down to that gap, considering the fact that, what do you see here? in the early hours of in the early minutes of today, because this is the 5-minute time frame. All you see there is rejection, 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 rejection. Rejection 1, rejection 2. And all those rejections occurred just in that gap. Rejection 3. Rejection 4. Or maybe we can even consider this one as rejection also, because it came into there and rejected. You see all those arrows I'm pointing out? Those are the rejections that happened around that level there. I'm just seeing it now. I just saw it now and I said, let me just show you guys so that you guys will know about it. And let's now go to what we expect market to do in order to convince us that they mean business. In order to convince us that they mean business, what we want them to do is to trade down with volume. And when I mean volume, like big volume, high moving market, high pressure market. High pressure market, it needs to come with force. If they keep on dropping this slow movement, just be dropping small candle, that's not going to do the work. It's not going to do the work, because if they continue coming down here with tiny red candles, there is high chances that once they start getting into that gap, all this buying pressure that came here will take over the market. All those buying pressure will take over the market. So we don't want them to keep on dropping this. I will observe the price action here further. If they keep on dropping low candles, guys, we will be looking to close those positions, because it means that the sell pressure is not there. And we are not the market makers. It's not my $15 is going to make this market move. My $15 cannot make this market to move. Even if I have $1 million, it will not make this market to move, because I am not the market maker. The market makers are the ones that have the capital. They are the banks, the institutional traders, people that trade with billions and trillions of dollars, right? Those are the market makers, not my $15. So I don't know why it's funny, but yeah, not the $10, $5 you and I is trading here, right? So the point I'm just trying to make is, while we are trading, it is extremely important for you to understand that you are not the market maker. And if you have that understanding that you are not the market maker, it helps you to make good adjustments and the right decision at the right time. Okay? So we are leveraging on price to show us what the market makers are thinking. And in a situation whereby we are seeing tiny red candles, tiny red candle means that it's either the market makers are not there, or it is still a fellow retail trader like you and I that is trying to sell the market. And if the market makers are here and they want to buy the market, once the market starts coming in there, they will start buying all the sell pressure coming. They will start buying it aggressively. And in a situation whereby they buy it aggressively, of course, market will start going back up. So, in order to save yourself the headache, in order to save yourself the heartbreak, it's extremely important for us to observe the kind of candle that price is using to come into that gap. We need the candle to be healthy. We need the candle to be big. We need the candle to come with force. If two of those criteria are not met, I myself will be closing my trade in any loss, in any place I find it. I'm not going to wait for it to hit the stop loss. And as you can see, you see the market, the red candle here is not convincing for me. It's not convincing at all for me. It's not. I'm being honest. It's not convincing, and you can see the ripple effect. You can see what the market is doing. It's not convincing enough for me. But it's too early for us to determine that yet, because there is high chances that they might still want to be doing that to shake a lot of people out of the market. So, like I told you, calm, absolute tranquility. You need to maintain calmness at all time, tranquility at all time, in order to have a clear mind to make decisions. So I just wanted to point this out for you guys so that you understand how we manage trade, what decisions we make, and why we make those decisions. So it's not like we are just here gambling and just making random decisions. No, we don't make random decisions here. We make decisions with facts. We make decisions with data. We make decisions with experience. We make decisions with price action. All right? I just wanted to point it out so that you guys will understand why I'll be closing a trade if I want to close it, and why I'm leaving a trade if I want to leave it. All right? So I just want to point that out for you guys. But in the meantime, so far so good. Price is trying to trade down, but I just want you guys to watch out for that gap I showed you guys. That level I showed you guys, we need to watch out for it. It's extremely important that we watch out for it. Another thing I'm paying attention is what's going on here on US 30. You can see that US 30, in as much as I jumped on this trade, you can see that US 30 is yet to break its own trend line. It is yet to break its own trend line, which is another signal. It's another signal we might watch out for, because I don't see the reason why other indices will break their own trend line and US 30 is yet to break its own trend line. It might be a sign saying that, oh, maybe something is wrong somewhere. But let's see, maybe the break out of that trend line is going to occur in this particular candle. I don't know, but let's see what's going to happen. Okay, now I am convinced that something is wrong somewhere, because US 30 is rejecting that trend line again. How many times did price try breaking it? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth attempt, and still price is rejecting it. The fourth attempt and price is still rejecting it. That's not a good sign. And at the same time, you can see rejection coming in here on S&P 500. I don't know are you guys following me? I hope you guys are following me. So these are the things I watch out for. You have to pay attention to these details. You just don't come and trade blindly. Pay attention to those details. Those are the fundamental and the technical. This is like combining fundamental analysis now and technical analysis. What do I mean by fundamental analysis? The fundamental analysis here is that we all know that US 500, US 30, US Tech move together. But in a situation whereby one of them is not moving together, one of them is disagreeing, and at the same time others are like showing signs of weakness, it's something you need to watch out for. It's something you need to watch out for. Trading is fun. I don't know. I don't know why I'm finding it funny, but it's not funny because actually I have money in this market. I'm risking actual money in this market. But yeah, you get my point. The point I'm just trying to make is pay attention. Pay attention. I'm of the opinion that price is not random. I keep on saying it in this channel every day. Price is not random. Before price does anything, it will show you signs. It will show you signals. It will show you data. It will show you evidence. It will show you, signs of what's going on. You feel me? So you not paying attention to those signs is on you. It's on you. But currently, I'm still holding this position because I think it's too late to determine yet. I think it's too late yet. But I want to see what US 30 is doing. Let me see what US 30 is doing. Did we have a break? You see, US 30 is rejecting that trend line. It's a cause for alarm, guys. It's a very big call for alarm. I don't like it. We're already in the market, right? At this point, we are managing it. At this point, we are managing the trade, right? But you see that thing I'm telling you, it's a big call for alarm. When you see price doing shitty things like this, I get a bit worried. The only reason why I'm not closing the trade now is because I think it's still early. You know? But if I close it now, I'll be losing about $1.20 something cents. But if I leave it for market to go to my stop loss, I'll be losing way more than that. Well, it is what it is. Why is my laptop not charging? Okay, it's charging now. Where are the bears? Now? The bears, where are you guys? Don't let the bulls take over this market, please. We need the bears to start coming out. Where are the bears? I think this market is reversing, guys. This is not good though. This is not good at all. I think the bulls are about to take over this market. So the bulls wants to take over the market, guys. And that's not gonna be good for us. Okay, for me anyway. I don't know if for any other person that is joining me on this adventure. Exactly what I said. Gang, 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 gang. One, two, three to the four. Snoop Doggy Doggy even saying at the cars. Yeah, so sad. So sad. Well, I saw it, but I just thought maybe it was too early for us to make any decision on that. I knew that the fact that US 30 kept on rejecting that trend line, it wasn't a good sign. And considering the fact that the kind of candle I saw S&P 500 was dropping just after breaking that trend line, it wasn't a healthy one. It wasn't a healthy one. I think the bulls have hijacked the market back again. But let's see. This was the same experience I had on Friday. I think I thought the bulls hijacked my US oil trade, but it turned out that that wasn't the case. So let's see. Let's see. All hope is not lost. At least price is yet to get to our stop loss, right? The only issue maybe I might have now is the fact that I have another entry on US 30, and US 30 is not looking somewhat bearish to me because of the fact that the crossover or the violation that I wanted them to do on this trend line, they did not drop it. To be honest, they didn't drop it. If I'm being honest, I my assumption came from the fact that S&P 500 had a breakout, so I thought that breakout is surely going to occur on US 30. But as you guys can see, US 30 kind of pretty much is just
Hello everyone, good morning.
is pretty much just
Yeah, glad to see us all back
trying to
here.
violate us
And
right now. But let's see.
um, looking forward for today.
Losing is part of the
So
game,
we're going to do
but I don't want to lose today.
checking.
I don't want to lose this
And
morning.
we want to know how
I won't
everyone
win.
is
I want to
doing
win
like
all the
that,
time. I
and
know it's
how
not
the
possible, but
holiday
if I
was,
have my way, I want to
and
win all the
yeah,
time.
generally what you're looking forward to
Sorry
as
about the
this
sound in the
year.
background. I'm actually in a meeting right now.
Probably we've all planned for the year. Do you have any New Year's resolution? Things like that. So just quick check-ins will go around. How are you doing? How was your holiday? And what are you looking forward to 2026? So I will start with Jide and you can just pass the mic around.
Thank you so much, Liz. Great to be back. Good morning, everyone. My holiday was decent. At certain point, we were admitted in the hospital, so it took a couple of days, and then eventually we spent the time with the family. It was my first holiday with my partner, so it was great. For 2026, on a personal note, I look forward to pushing out some of the things that I've been doing in my free time. A few promising, so I look forward to that. I look forward
like we I don't want to wish I don't want to wish myself bad luck. I wouldn't say I'm wishing myself bad luck on this one, but man, this is getting bad for us. This is a double bottom here. If price continue trading up at least above this trend line, see that our trend line. If price keeps on trading above it, that's not good for us. That's not good. Not good. Not good. Damn. I still get emotional. That's the thing. I still get emotional in my trades. In as much as I know I have a strategy, I know there is a stop loss. I know all these things, but I still can feel something. They say don't get emotional when you're trading, but in my heart, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding because right now I'm about to be violated beyond repair. Shit, look at that buy. Look at that buy. Double bottom is a buy, we are doomed. It will take a miracle to reverse this market back down. Literally a miracle. It will take a miracle. Literally a miracle. Because now, see, this is double bottom here. Simple price action. Double bottom. Price is swinging back up. We have a trend line that we used as a confirmation to sell it, which now price is trading above that trend line. You see this kind of green candle. This is the kind of candle I expected them to use when market was down here. Do you remember when market was down here? I said I needed them to drop. That was the kind of candle I needed them to use here. Now they are using it against us. It means we are the ones that is wrong. So I'm sorry, guys. We are going to take the loss, and if we take the loss, that's it for me. I'm not trading today again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's how I do it. This year is not a year of plenty trading. No. Once we are out, we are out. It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle, miracle, miracle. What if I open a sell here and still keeping on that same stop loss? Yeah, I think that's a very good way. And now that's well, I think I need to do it. That's a very smart move. I won't lose a much. I won't lose a lot there. So I'll just copy this stop loss. It's already close. It's almost close to my stop loss, right? So I'll just copy it. What was the worst case scenario? They will just stop me out, right? Let's see there. It will take a miracle. It take a miracle. If this price moves any step up now, we are out. But if they start going down with force, just the same force that they use in coming up, we might have a chance, but I don't see that chance coming, guys. This was similar to the US oil trade. The US oil trade I had, where they came close to, yeah, stopped out, guys. I feel pained now, Sha. I feel very pained. But it is what it is. It's a good one. I'll just delete all this. Sad one. So this trend line, I don't need you anymore. Or maybe I might need that trend line. Let me bring it back. That same thing I said about this trend line. This is US 30. Do you guys remember? They kept on rejecting that trend line. They kept on rejecting it. God damn it. Bunch of muchokos. Bunch of munchokos. Bunch of munchokos. Oh, the US 30 trade is still there. So the only guy that is stopped out is this S&P 500. Our US 30 trade is still there. But do you see this trade that stopped us out? What if I tell you that there is still chances that it might still play? Because if I look at this, there is a fair value gap here, and I think that's exactly. But I don't know. There is no need to hope for nothing yet. I'm not entering into that trade for now. It's a very sad one. We'll just try in the afternoon, but I don't know. I think I have risked enough for today, and I don't want to overdo it. You feel me? I don't want to overdo it. My plan was to risk $15. I already have 7, 8, 9. Here is about 10. This is like a total of 10 here. I'm seeing a total of 10 here based on this UX 500 trade that stopped us out. Yeah, the buy pressure is just there. This US Tech, eh? Yeah, this US Tech. Obviously, US Tech wasn't in a good place. US Tech is not in a good place. US 30 is actually trying to hold on. On the other hand, UX 500 is not looking good also. So, and UX oil not exciting. So I don't think I'm trading today again. Just looking at what I'm seeing here, I think I'll just call it a day. And I'll wait to trade again tomorrow, guys. I think I should just close this UX 30 trade and take my loss, the loss I'm already seeing there, or no, there's no need to do that. I'll reduce it, I'll bring it closer. I'll bring it closer there. I just want to mitigate the loss there because I know that one will definitely swipe, but I'm just going to just move it. I don't want to close it just like that, just in case if they still want to go down. Because looking at what I'm seeing here, I think this market will still sell, but maybe not now. It might sell either in the Q2 ending of today. Sorry, in the beginning of Q3 of the day, I mean to say. That would be in the London section. Sorry, New York section. That would be in the New York section. tomorrow is going to be a better day. But this is a very nice market. This market will still sell. I just don't know why it didn't go. Yeah, something like that. All right, I think I need to record. Let me record this. Let me record the loss because I'm making a video out of this. So I'm going to record this. All right, guys. So right down the screen, you guys can see that. Okay, the stop loss. Sorry, why if I'm just seeing your chat now. The stop loss. I think you just close it. Just close it. There's no need. Just close it. If you are in the position, just close it. See the stop loss though, but I think the stop loss is about to hit right now. So just close it. All right, guys. Here you can see that the damage is done, and yeah, before the damage was done, I think we pointed out reasons why we should expect the damage, and we also said part of the things that would have been uh, the best price action that would have been in our favor. So basically, what we wanted price to do in our favor was exactly what price did the opposite way. All right, so that's why we have that on your screen. In as much as we say, don't trade with emotions, don't involve your emotions. Yeah, but I'm still human. This loss, it pained me. It pained me. I'm not gonna lie. But um, doesn't mean that tomorrow is not going to be a win. No, tomorrow is more. I'm more sure of a win tomorrow compared to today because normally Mondays are not the best days to trade. Ideally for me, um, but it is what it is. I would have wanted to trade in the afternoon section, but I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to call it a day. It was nice hanging out here with you guys. Want to be fair. Every any other person that made it possible, to share the time with us here in FX Adventure. I really appreciate you guys, and I want to apologize for anybody that took this trade with me. Although you already know, I believe if you're taking this trade with me, you know for sure that losses are part of the game. And obviously, the good thing is that it was a good trade. It was our setup, just that the price action was not in our favor. And that's why it is what it is. On the other hand, what would have been way better would be this main trend line here. This was my ideal trend line though. I'm not gonna lie. See this trend line there? That one I'm pointing the arrow to. That's the main trend line. The reason why we went with this trend line here was because of this accumulation that occurred here. That's why I'm still telling you guys that don't think that this trade is all done for. I think they will still reverse this market, and of course we will see this market deliver down. But now that we already been destroyed and violated, what we can do is, instead of using this trend line, this first trend line that we used that failed us, I will now be focusing on this one here. This is the one now that I'll be focusing on. All right. So with that said, I would urge you guys to, for the guys that are in the Discord channel, for the guys that are in the Discord channel, just keep an eye out for the afternoon section. I'm not yet sure, but most likely I might want to come for the afternoon section. Okay, the TP. Okay, the TP for that guy. Let me see. Let me get you the TP. I don't really have a TP for that guy, to be honest. But so honestly, I would want us to spend more time. Yeah, it's okay, YB, if I hear you. All right, it was a good one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk about the New Year resolutions. Yeah, tomorrow. All right, so yeah, just for the close up for today, because I think largely most of what we are expecting or our expectation is either met or we not met. So for me, we took a trade. No, we took two trades this morning, right? We took one on UX 500 and we took another on US 30, which is the current one you are seeing on the screen here. Part of the reasons why the US 500 did not work, we know why. I think we pointed it out, and at the point we were pointing it out, instead of us to take quick action, we felt like it was still early for us to take a quick action. And just after that, Price decided to punish us for just taking that slight delay, because I think we pointed out that we wanted them to move with momentum and we did not see that. And still, we just kept on hoping that price was going to go down. But unfortunately, our expectation is what price now did on the opposite direction, that resulted to price stopping us out. All of that is in the live streaming. I believe if you watch the video up till now, you would see at what point we actually made those comments and observations. But with that said, it's part of the game. It was a good trade because the setup was actually what we expected. It was our setup. But with that said, just for a journal purpose and for record purpose, the ideal trend line that the most important trend line, like I pointed out, was this guy, this second trend line here. We use this trend line as um, in relative to an accumulation that occurred in the Q1 of the day. But you can see that that trend line was a weak one because it failed to hold. So for me, the main trend line still remains this guy at the bottom, at least for today. If we see a crossover today, maybe I'll drop a notification in the Discord channel for you guys to join the live streaming for us to go over it together. If you're not in the Discord channel, let me know in the comment section and I will send you the link to join. It's totally free, you're not paying for anything. With that said, I think that brings a close to this morning live streaming section. Shout out to everybody that made it possible, Wine Be Fair, and every other viewers that joined while we are here on the live streaming. See you guys in my next video. For now, have a nice day. Bye bye for now.